We left Manitoba behind with amazing encounters and impressions. Entering Saskatchewan was more of the same at first, but not for long. This is the 5th segment of our 2025 journey. Welcome to our escapades. Ursula is the navigator, my name is Dieter, and I'm the wheelman. Our destination was Grassland National Park, but we stopped for one night in the Moose Mountain Provincial Park. From here, we had about 400 kilometers to Grassland National Park East Block. Enough time to get a closer look at the oil pumps in Saskatchewan. Old, small oil pumps or pump jacks draw the oil up from the reservoir. Here in Saskatchewan, they are often between 1,000 and 1,500 meters deep. We saw some abandoned buildings along the way. We pulled over at a point of interest sign and found the town of Forward. Established in 1911, grew to almost 1,200. A fire destroyed most buildings, including the grain elevator. They did not rebuild the town and moved away. The last house was removed in 1966. This was only one of many point of interest signs we passed. Very few we visited. The side roads in Saskatchewan and Manitoba are usually north-south or east-west. So we had a lot of 90-degree turns to get to our destination. We passed Willow Bunch Lake along Highway 36 and had to get a closer look at the Salt Lake. The lake and shoreline are included in important bird areas of Canada. Shortly after, we almost missed the turnoff to St.Victor Petroglyphs Provincial Historic Park. To get there, we drove about 20 kilometers on a gravel road with our trailer. We left the trailer in the lower parking lot and drove up to the petroglyphs. A rock with carvings is placed by the entrance. But the best place to learn about them is in the museum in St.Victor. It is located in town, right where the turnoff to the park is. I don't want to say that honey was the most important item in the museum, but we had to get some for our breakfast. Lots of details about the petroglyphs and the people that left them here. I was wondering if they had different carvings or drawings for black bear and grizzly. Well, the answer is right there along the displays. There is also an answer about the age of the carvings. They date back as early as 1,800 years ago. The people left marks behind, like pottery. Some had impressions of plants or weaving. There was way too much information in the museum, so we bought the book St.Victor Petroglyphs, The Place of Living Stone, by Tim Jones and Louise Jones. A most interesting document of the carvings and history of the people that lived here many hundred years ago. We spent almost an hour asking questions and looking at the relics and pictures. We still had 100 kilometers to the Grassland National Park East Block. We made it there by 8 o'clock, just in time to enjoy the beautiful sunset. Our campsite was close enough to the building that we could benefit from the cell signal booster. As I mentioned in previous videos, we had 5G everywhere south of the Trans-Canada Highway. The park is about 30 meters in the valley, but on top of the road we had full 5G. We needed gas. The closest place was Rock Glen, 60 kilometers away. The gas station was closed when we drove in last night. The visitor center in Rock Glen has showers that can be used for a donation. There are no showers in the Grassland campgrounds. The visitor center is impossible to miss. It is right beside Oliver the Mammoth. While in Rock Glen, we got Saskatoon berry jelly at the Prairie Crafter, located in the old church. An interesting place to get local art, souvenirs and Saskatoon berry cheesecake for dessert at the camp. Yes, we are Saskatoon berry addicts, and the cheesecake was delicious. Back at the park, we took the Badlands Parkway East Block, an 11-kilometer road with stunning views across the wild prairie expanse. 6 viewpoints with short trails pointing out unique habitats, wildlife and plants. Some of the plants along the way, I hope we got them right. Wieso könnte ich das einfach sagen? Cactus. Brittle prickly pear cactus. Pasture sage, wild rose, creeping juniper. It was the last night at the park when we got some amazing cloud formations. Even so the land is flat, never forget to look up day and night. We packed up in the morning and drove 166 kilometers to Grassland National Park West Block. Actually, we headed to Val-Marie, where the National Park office is. A similar ritual here. The showers are here in Val-Marie, and the water in the park is drinking water. We noticed that the cell reception on top of the trailer worked fine, so my phone became the internet relay for the other machines. Lightning and thunder all around us, we got a nice show in the sky. However, we lost power the morning after the clouds were gone. Busy day to get gasoline and do laundry. We decided to head to Swift Current, 140 kilometers north of the park. Lots of hawks along the way. We captured 2 of them. Actually, we scared them away by slowing down. Arriving in Swift Current, first we were looking for Ecotour, the restaurant that was recommended in Val-Marie. Excellent tip. Next was laundry. From the 30 machines, 2 washers were working and 1 dryer. Job done, let's get out of here. On the way home, rain was ahead of us. Rain was around us. A few minutes later, all was done. By the time we entered the park, amazing cloud formations were ahead of us. Grassland is well known for the black-tailed prairie dogs. Impossible to miss the colonies along the trails through the park. We were told that burrowing owls were nesting within the colonies, and we saw one some distance away. We took the Ecotour Scenic Drive. The trail passes through farm and community pastures. We crossed over several cattle guards along the way. We found a rubbing stone, cows use them, and so do bison. This trail should not be driven after rain for good reasons. The trail is mostly some sort of sand that clumps up and makes it very slippery and sticky. Total surprise, a moose and her calf. No surprise, cows. A lonesome sheep in her natural habitat, the wild. At the end of the trail, we drove to a closed gate. It was not locked, so we didn't have to turn around. After successful passage, we closed the gate again. The famous red chairs in the national parks. We had to wait for our turn. Last day at the park, a rainbow. A fitting end to our grassland adventures. We were leaving the park in the rain. Next destination, Cypress Hill Provincial Park. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you out there.